Oh, it hurts so much. I feel like I'm in shock right now. Can't believe that I was so stupid and that I injured myself. And this is what the footbridge looks like now, so we can cross it. It would be a long way to get back to the hospital. A bit desperate because I don't know what to do. Oh, this is so beautiful. Everything went so well and now this.
Hi, my name is Elli. I'm a long-distance hiker and backpacker. With my rescue dog Otto, I embarked on my biggest adventure yet in spring of 2023, hiking the length of Britain from Scotland to Cornwall. Come along for days 109 and 110, where we stayed in Newquay a bit longer than expected and then walked to Holywell and from Holywell to St Agnes Head.
I don't know. I just smashed my finger at the door. I don't know. I just got caught in there. The nail of my finger just literally came off. Oh, it hurts so much. I feel like I'm in shock right now. And I don't know what to do. In hindsight, yeah, it's always not a good idea to hold the door open by the side where it's attached, but I don't know, I'm so angry at myself and it hurts so much and I can't believe I did that and I smashed my finger. I mean, luckily, it could have been way worse, I can't even think about that. But yeah, and from what I can feel, I can still feel my finger, so I don't think there's any damage on the nerves. I think so. So yeah, just going to get to the hospital now and see what they say. Can't believe that I was so stupid and that I injured myself a little over 1 week before the end of the hike.
The hotel advised me to call the NHS non-emergency number and I did that. I gave them my details and they told me I would get a call back where they would tell me where to go. But I didn't hear back from them and decided to just walk over to the hospital in Newquay because I was in a lot of pain and the bleeding just wouldn't stop. It was so hard as I carried all my stuff with me and also had Otto with me, obviously. I was so worried that he would have to wait outside the hospital for hours while I was waiting inside. But luckily, and I'm so grateful for that, the staff was so incredibly nice and kept an eye on him while I was inside.
I went to the minor injury unit and I got looked at right away and I did get a couple of stitches because the wound is pretty deep and wouldn't stop bleeding, so yeah, it's all bandaged up now. Then after I was done, I wanted to continue hiking towards Perranporth, even for just a few miles, maybe to get to a campsite, because obviously staying in Newquay is quite expensive. But I soon realized that once I put the backpack on, or basically put any pressure on the finger, it just started to bleed through. And yeah, I don't know, I just didn't feel comfortable hiking on, knowing that if it got worse, it would be a long way to get back to the hospital. So yeah, I just sat around for 2 hours now in Newquay. A bit desperate because I don't know what to do, what's a good plan, because if I knew if I didn't do the river crossing like now, the latest, I can only do it tomorrow then, so it's definitely going to be another night in Newquay if I don't go now, basically, But yeah, it did just, I don't know, I'm probably not making sense right now, but I'm a bit desperate because yeah, it was such a nice day, and these things always, I mean, there's no good timing for this, but everything went so well, and now this, and I was so annoyed and angry at myself, and also it really hurts. I made the decision to book another night in the hotel I stayed at last night, and I'm going there right now because I think it's the best option, just to keep my finger in a elevated position and don't put too much pressure on it. Yeah, that's the plan for today, and it's really horrible and shitty, but yeah, it is what it is. To end this day on a better note, I got myself a pizza, a vegan pizza. Look at that! It's been a really shitty day. I mean, it could have been way worse, but still, yeah, I'm quite annoyed, so I thought I would get myself some comfort food, and I'm enjoying a beautiful sunset now and watching the surfers, and yeah, that's a good ending for a not so great day. Good morning! It's a new day and I'm feeling much better. My finger, yeah, is a bit better. I can still feel that it's still bleeding from time to time, but yeah, I think that's normal. We had a good rest in the hotel. It was really the right decision to stay there. I don't know what I was thinking, that I could just hike on, because I don't know, it would have been impossible to put up the tent, because as soon as I applied pressure on my finger or just used it for anything, just used the muscles in my hand, I could just feel the pain and the blood coming through. So yeah, it was really good to stay there, and I actually booked another night in the same hotel tonight. The plan is to go back to the minor injury unit tomorrow morning to get the bandage changed, and then to hike on, because in the between Newquay and Hale or St Ives there's probably nothing to get it changed. So yeah, I'm doing that, and then hopefully I can just hike on. But the rest also meant changing my plans, because I don't know if I have talked about this yet, but just when you leave the city of Newquay there's a river crossing, the river JoGLE, and you can cross it over a footbridge, but it's submerged during high tide, so you can only cross the river about 3 to 4 hours on both sides of low tide. So that means if I would only leave Newquay tomorrow, then low tide would be at around 3, which even though I probably could cross it around 11 or noon, that would make for a very late start to the day. And I think I have kind of a long day tomorrow, so my plan was I'm getting really good at being flexible on this hike. So what I'm actually going to do now is I'm going to cross the river today to go for a little walk. As you can see, I left my backpack in the hotel. I just took a water bottle and some snacks, and I'm doing an easy 4 to 5 miles stretch. So I'm actually crossing the river now and then walking on to Holywell, and then taking the bus back to the hotel. And then tomorrow, after I got my bandage changed, I'm gonna go back with the bus to Holywell where I left off, and then hike on. And I'm really excited to cross the river. I think it's kind of a micro adventure. It's so exciting that it's only possible at certain times, and yeah, it's just a little adventure in its own, because you never know how low tide will be until you get there. So it can be that once I'm getting there in a couple of minutes that the footbridge is still submerged, so I'll have to just sit at the riverbank and wait until the water is gone a bit more. So yeah, really excited, and let's go! There's the footbridge from the sign to over there, the red one, but as you can see, it's still underwater quite a bit. So I think I'm just going to wait for 20 minutes, half an hour until the water's gone a bit more. And this is what the footbridge looks like now, so we can cross it. Ooh, this is so nice to walk on the actual riverbed. That's such a cool and unique thing to do it, to cross the river that way instead of taking a ferry. So nice to see this stretch, because I'm actually seeing this for the first time, because the last time I hiked it last year, it was a day of really thick sea mist, so it was completely white. I didn't see anything. Look at how gorgeous this is. Wow! Oh, this is so beautiful. We are in Holywell now. It took us a little over 2 hours from Newquay, and it is about 6 miles, I think. And now we are waiting for the bus to take us back to Newquay. Hello and good morning! I'm sorry I didn't film anymore yesterday. After we had walked to Holywell, we took the bus back to Newquay and I bought some food, and then we just rested in our hotel room. I finished editing a video and just resting for the rest of the day. Before setting off this morning, I went back to the minor injury unit to get the dressing changed, and it looks okay apparently. So the finger is healing quite well. And then we took the bus back to Holywell, where we left off yesterday. We are walking towards Perranporth, and then I'm going to hike on a bit towards St Agnes, and then find either somewhere to wild camp if I can find a good spot and if I feel okay, or go to a campsite that's not too far off the path. So that's the plan for today. So let's go!
After a few miles, we reached Perran Beach, which is one of the longest beaches in Cornwall. It's well over 2 miles long, and during low tide you can walk along the beach to Perranporth. The section after Perranporth, for me, shows perfectly why the coast path is so special and interesting, and that's because it always keeps changing. After hiking along almost white sandy beaches just one day before, I now found myself in an area where there used to be a lot of copper and tin mines. This heritage still dominates the landscape a lot. The path gets really rocky, the colors and the views change completely. There's so much to see on the coast path, and it's so unique that it changes completely every few miles, and that there's everything. Steep cliffs, woodlands, beaches, little coastal towns, and abandoned tin mines and engine houses.
That's our next stop. That's St Agnes down there.
I was planning on wild camping, but the wind picked up and it started to rain shortly after. As the area around St Agnes Head was very busy, I didn't want to sit around in the rain and wait. I went to a campsite instead to have an earlier end of the day and to give Otto a good rest.